thousand birds died, and they are saying that it's a village people. Or my neighbor hated me for putting birds by because she was doing an ID and all of that.
Hello and welcome to the Agripreneur podcast. I'm your host, Shangi Michael. Today with me in the house is an expert in the development work, someone who has been working with young people, trying to help young people grow in enterprises, in development work, and in every area of life. With me today is Mrs. Ilim Blessing. You're welcome to the Agripreneur podcast.
Thank you.
All right. Today we're going to be talking on the topic building the next generation of agripreneurs. Yes, that is one of the visions of Star Farmers Hub in particular. And she will be talking to us today on that vision, how we can build the next generation of agripreneurs. So, please, kindly tell us about your work with young people.
Okay, thank you so much, Mr. Mike. As introduced earlier, my name is Ilim Blessing Ilim. I'm the executive lead for Prime Youth and Women Empowerment Initiative, a non-governmental, not-for-profit organization based here in Benue State, our headquarters here in Benue State. As the name implies, Prime Youth and Women Empowerment Initiative, we have been working with young people, really young people, and women in trying to see how we're able to build their lives, their skills, and empower them with knowledge, skills, and livelihood support to make them stable and responsible people that will go out there and influence our society positively.
Yeah.
So we have been working for a while now, established in 2015 and formally registered in 2022. We have been doing our work around capacity building, around skill acquisition, around knowledge, capacity building on different aspects, and anything generally that empowers and builds a young person and women. We want young people to also engage into profitable agriculture. So all of that are the things that we do at
It's
Prime
all right.
Women Empowerment Initiative.
Oh, that's wonderful. All right. So, why do you believe agriculture is important for the next generation?
Well, thank you so much. Agriculture is very important. We're talking about agripreneur here, and when you talk about agripreneur, it is not just it is, I think it's a new concept, I don't know, that has been coined out this time because of the changes that or the evolvement of agriculture over a period of time. So we're simply talking about entrepreneurs in agriculture when we talk about entrepreneurs in agriculture. So at this point, because agriculture has evolved over time, it's not for us plowing the land already or tilling the soil, waiting until the rains will come, and then we'll plant seeds and then harvest when it is due and wait until another rainy season again to plant. Agriculture has evolved now. In this 21st century, it has become a dynamic sector that is driven by innovation, technology, and entrepreneurship. So building the next generation of agripreneurs is essential for ensuring food security. It's essential for ensuring economic growth. It's essential for ensuring sustainability, development, and also empowerment. But when you talk about technology, when you talk about entrepreneurship, which is not just is about profit, when you talk about technology, which is what every young people is crazy about these days, you are either involved in one form of technology or the other, or using it or having to use it sometime. So it is something that has become like a craze for young people. So that's being embedded in our current agricultural sector now has really pulled young people to the platform.
Okay. So, talking about pulling young people to the platform, I want to ask your work with young people. Do you see many of them willing to do more of agriculture or only do more of other areas?
Yeah, it is a yes and no answer. A yes, because you really see some young men who are really curious because of the level that agriculture has moved to. You see them being curious to know, being curious to really see how they can also come in and also benefit or participate in the scheme of things. Because when technology is now involved, we have mechanized farming such that you can use a a tractor to plow like um 20 hectares of land in just hours. So it is not the normal tilling of the soil that before you till a hectare of land, it takes you months.
Yeah.
So then the young people used to see it like
Burden.
hard work, a
Yeah.
burden, something that is not feasible, something that makes you grow old, something that is for old people, something that is for those who don't really have anything to do, and all of that. But because of all these innovations and inventions that have come in, I think quite a number of them are really paying attention, even though we are yet to see them really come on board in mass
It's all right.
and are really paying attention. So, in as much as they're paying attention, we still need passionate young people who should have the drive to really come on board. But this has to also do with a lot of sensitization and awareness creation.
Okay.
You are also a young man and you are passionate about agriculture. So, I see that as a way forward for young people.
Yes, all right. All right, thank you so much. Ladies and gentlemen, if you are watching us, this is the Agripreneur podcast. And today we're talking on the topic, discuss on the topic, raising the next generation of agripreneurs. I don't know. So, many young people, like you said, I think it's a case of mindset, right?
Yeah.
The mindset of young people has been that they want to make more money, more profit, and they think agriculture is not scalable. Do you see these young people that you've seen that are into agriculture? Do you see them coming into agriculture because of the money, or they come because of the passion, or what is driving them into agriculture?
All right. Whatever is driving you in agriculture right now is not out of place. Whether the passion, whether the money, because all of this you can now find in agriculture. The value chain that has been created over time, you have from harvesting your produce to processing to branding to packaging and all of those things. So it is a very good way to bring young people on board. Those that are passionate about it can still come and bring their innovations. Those that are in for it for the profit still have a role and a place. So whatever is driving you to come on board in agriculture is not out of place, because whatever you want to get is already there for you. Whether it's profit you want to come and make, there are a lot of packages like the branding, the packaging, distribution and processing. So you mustn't go to till the soil. So some people are not out there to till the soil or to plow to be able to become agriculture experts. Yes, and some are coming basically for entrepreneurs. Some are coming, so you can come to the packaging to package a product. You can come to design. We have some tech skills also. The designing of applications that are now phone apps that are now out there that you can use that to access your markets and agriculture. And these are young men designing and producing this for us to be able to use. So whether that is just what you are coming to do, or you are coming to till the soil, you are coming to process the already produced produce, or you are coming to the packaging aspect of, or you are simply coming to advertise agricultural product. All these things are there for you to scale. So it depends on your interest, whether it's strictly profit making, it's passion, it's innovation, or whatever it is.
It's all right. All right, and so I don't know, what kind of support do you see support come to the young people who want to do agriculture? Because many of them will want to do something, talk about building apps, processing. This may require some little funding. So is there any kind of support coming in? What are the challenges, in the area of supporting these guys who want to go to agriculture?
Yeah, the challenges that are there are enormous, just like every other sector or business that you want to venture into. We have these challenges, especially when young men want to go into agriculture, which is something that is already what they are not so keen about. And those that are trying to make the effort to come on board face numerous challenges. But to highlight a few,
Yes.
we'll talk about the issue of financing. You see a young man with a very beautiful idea, and then there is no funding. There is no good loan package or grants that will support the innovations. So some have that challenge, and then some access to markets. Sometimes you manage to get the money, even the loan or the grants, you do everything, and then the market is not favorable for you to be able to sell and repay your loan or rebuild your business. And then another challenge is the issue of trainings. I think we need institutions that are maybe our government institution and other agricultural institutions that are set up by the government to be able to really come in handy in the aspects of trainings, because there are new innovations, there are a lot of new things that are coming up in the agri sector. So if we don't build the capacity of these ones who are coming on board, they will not really understand the new practices, and therefore they will not be able to scale or accelerate in a way that they should. So that is also a challenge. So partnership with institutions to build capacity, even the universities that are built for agri purposes, and private sectors that are into agriculture. Let's all hands come on board so that we'll come and see where we'll be able to close the gap of capacity. And even the aspect of mentorship.
Yeah.
We need to mentor these young ones. We need to mentor them to really see that there is a place for them in the agri sector. They can make money. They can build their lives and their dreams. They can achieve all that they want to do. They can save the society for food security, and they can be making impact and still make money. So it's only when they have mentors that will see them through this journey that they'll be able to do. So all these are the challenges. Not living out the good roads from transporting farm produce to the marketplace, connecting us with markets and all of this. Let there be these platforms. Let there be these platforms where everything you produce, everything you want to do in agriculture, we have a ready market and a place for it in the society.
You spoke about support for young people, and you did not mention the support from non-government organizations. So, is there any support coming for them in that direction? And what kind of support is available for young people in that direction?
Yeah, in the development sector, I think we have support. If you don't find it, you will not really know. But I know we have Acresa here. Acresa is really doing a great job. We have World Bank now also dishing out funding for youth in agriculture. We have different organizations at CBO levels, community-based level, some civil society organizations within that I know that are playing their own role in agriculture. Like even on our own part as Prime Town Empowerment Initiative, we link people to, we are into climate change. So climate change is something that also connects with agriculture.
Very well.
Because climate change, without protecting your environment, you will not be able to, like, see what happened now in our state. We didn't have much rain. We didn't have the harmattan season where some produce like guinea corn, that's the peak where they are fully matured and harvested. And then by that time of the year when the harmattan is ongoing, that's where people do their cassava flour, they peel their cassava and dry, and a whole lot that can be done, harvesting and threshing, winnowing, and all those things are the things that support with the breeze of harmattan that help farmers to do all this. But we didn't see all that. The rain was cut short. There was no harmattan at all this year. So a lot of produce that would have been but that would have reached their full maturity didn't reach full maturity because of the weather. All these are parts of climate change. So we need to take action to be able to save our food security system.
Your work with young people, are young people consistent at all? I mean, because some will start today and the next 1 hour they quit. Are they consistent?
Yeah, let's not say a total no to discourage those that have really tried their best. But young people have not really been forthcoming in terms of consistency, and that is why you see the huge gap in every sector. Let me put it like that, because when people, we have few young people who are keen and passionate about doing mentorship or learning or building their capacity. So you see the inconsistency. You start with someone today, you are ready to mentor, you are ready to teach, you are ready to guide. But in the long run, they are out there. What they're looking for is just fast money. So they're not consistent. Once you call them for a particular thing and they come 1 or 2 days and they don't see money mentioned, they're not willing to build their capacity and develop themselves. So it is a challenge. It is a challenge for young people. But having said that, there are still some who have really been trying to be consistent in the best way that they can. So we cannot say a total no to that. We still have a few that are picking up.
What exactly interests young people these days? Which areas give them a lot of interest?
I think the tech area, the digital space,
Yes.
the tech area is what is really pulling their attention. That is what is really taking their time and their attention. So whatever program you have to tint it towards the issue of
Technology.
towards technology or the digital space. When you push it towards that direction, you get that interest because I think their whole life is dependent on this space now. So that's what really, except for the few,
Yeah.
and that is not a bad one because everything now is going technology and digital. So even just as I mentioned the app thing here earlier, is because of the curiosity of the other ones that are there on the internet space, on the digital space that have brought about the applications in agriculture that we can use and access our markets and develop our initiatives and all of those things. So that is also not bad, but that's where the interest mostly lies.
How do we build these young people? How do we build them now that we know what they like, things they prefer doing, and all that? How do we build them properly?
Okay, working with young people, especially, is not an easy task, I must say, because I have been there. You may also see me as maybe a young person there, on a different level, sort of.
Yes.
So the trying to build them is not easy. Trying to work with them in this agripreneur space is not easy. But the good thing is that we're fusing agriculture and profit making.
That's right.
Agriculture and the digital world and technology and all of this processing and packaging, branding and all of those things. So these are the things that are interesting them. So now that we know that these are the areas of interest, we can now get our implementations and activity towards the area that interests them. And let's not leave out continuous sensitization and awareness creation. For now, it may look like we are not really doing or they are not paying attention. But as we keep on sensitizing and creating awareness on issues that has with agriculture and entrepreneurship fused together, they will begin to see and will begin to highlight young people who have thrived in agriculture and are also doing well. And we have to appreciate them and acknowledge their input. So when we bring them out and make them to lead these processes, young people can also find a way to also key into because they see their own uh, uh, categories of young people doing what they are doing and living their lives and still making money and enjoying what they do. So when we bring all these things up and organize programs that geared towards them being participating and bringing their innovations and ideas, I think we'll see them on board. But it's a continuous process of sensitization and awareness creation.
So with these young people, are there mentors actually who can mentor them? Are mentors available? Or sometimes I don't know whether they are mentors too who can mentor these people. Are there mentors? If you ask young men, they'll say they don't know who the mentors are. They don't know who the mentors are. Are there mentors?
Yeah, I think there are mentors in anything you want to do.
Yeah.
Yeah, there are mentors in anything you want to do. So it's less for you to find them. Like if you are passionate about agriculture and you really want to drive, that's what they say research. When they say research, it means it is you going out there to look for the information and the data that you want to get, not the data or information coming to meet you where you are. So if you say there are no mentors, have you looked for them? It's because we have no passionate young people that are willing to push in the agri sector. If you are passionate about what you do and you know what to, how do you identify me? We never knew each other. How did you identify me? Because based on what you were doing, you were looking for people that you build with them along what you are doing. Those that were doing something in the area of what you are doing, and you found me. We never met.
Very true.
So how did you get me? Because you were researching,
Yeah.
looking for people within your space or that are doing something similar to what you're
What I
doing,
am doing,
that you
exactly.
can bring them on board to see how you can share ideas and build what we are already doing together, or bringing somebody in another space to bring another perspective to what you are doing. So in that regard, you went on making your own research, looking for who you wanted to meet, and you met people like us and the others. So if you are saying there are no mentors, how have you searched for them? Have you researched what you are doing? Have you found out that somebody has done that before, or there are people that are currently doing it? or people that have pioneered in such the thing that
Areas.
you are doing. So if you search, you will find. But when there are people here that are beginning to throw themselves out there, like you can throw yourself out there that I'm available to mentor you in this space, but you won't see them coming. But it is who is looking for you that will find you and come for you to mentor them.
That's
So
right.
I think there are mentors.
It's all right.
Yes.
Before you start agri businesses, there are things that you need to put in place, right? What are these systems you think young people should put in place before they can go into agriculture?
Yeah, like the most important thing for me in starting anything at all, not just agriculture, at least have first-hand knowledge in whatever you want to go into. Because you hear cases of people, for example, wanting to start birds, to rear birds. Somebody just wake up, you have no idea. You just saw that your neighbor used to do it this way, or somebody said that I raised 5,000 birds, and you wake up one day because you have space in your house and you have the money. You just go one day and just buy 1,000 birds or 5,000 birds, come and put. You don't know the stage that are supposed to be giving vaccine. You don't know the hygiene that is supposed to be within that space. You don't know the type of birds that you're supposed to buy at a particular time. You don't know the season at which you should crowd them and the season at which you should not crowd them because of heat or cold. The birds that can fit in here 1,000 during rainy season, during hammer time or rainy season, during heat period, 500 of it should be in the same room to give them air, to give them space to be able to. But if you don't know all these things, if you don't know the vaccine at which they should take from which month and which date, all these things, you wake up one day, then 5,000 birds died, and they are saying that it's your village people. Or my neighbor hated me for putting birds fine because she was doing an idea and all of that. But you don't have the first hand knowledge, at least basic knowledge of doing something. Look for that basic knowledge, learn, get mentors, learn and build yourself in that area at least a little bit before venturing into it, so that as you go into it, you are building on what you already know, not going to go and start from the scratch and encountering a lot of losses that will discourage you from going further.
Thank you so much. I don't know. So, in closing, what final message do you have for young people who should go into agripreneurship today who are listening to you?
All right, thank you. If you give me the time, I will tell them a whole lot.
Yes.
But it's not how long you speak.
Yes.
Yeah, it is the important and key message that you leave. So I think what young people should do is, first of all, they need to be willing to actually take the bold step. Why I'm saying the willingness is because there are certain things you will start, it will take you 10 years to break even. There are certain things you will start, it will take you 20 years. There are certain things you will start, you will not break through at all. It's your next generation that will break through, or your children and children's children. But the good thing is, when you know what you want, when you know what you are building, it doesn't stop you from moving. It doesn't stop you from going where you are going. It doesn't stop you from focusing. So first of all, be ready to sacrifice, be ready to build. Believe in your vision, believe in your dreams, believe in what you are doing, even when everyone else doesn't believe in you. Believe in what you are doing. By so doing, you will keep going, and be ready to be mentored. Humility is one thing that we lack as young people. We don't want to understudy anybody. We don't want to do anything, especially now that there is technology. Everybody feels that I can just use my phone, my tab, and just do anything I want to. But I always tell them, you may have the money, you may have the skills that you acquired online and everything you need to take off. But you need a system at some point in your life, because you are also building a system. So you cannot build and strive well on a system. You want to build a strong and lasting system when you have not gone through a system. So I encourage young people to volunteer. I encourage young people to do internship. I encourage young people to have mentors. So by so doing, you pass through the process. You know how information is disseminated in an organized environment, where a file should move next to the other one, where if you have a complaint, it should be channeled to, from this desk is go to this, or from this place. So when you understand the systems, when you understand the system and you build your own, it becomes easier for you to manage based on the experience you have had in the system. And then the discipline that comes with you working in an organized setting. You imbibe all that and you learn all that, so that when you now move to your own, to setting up your own, you already have these basic skills and knowledge apart from the one you have built on your own.
All right. All right. Oh, that's wonderful. Thank you. I thought there were more. You said you have a lot, but you don't want to bore us
No, I
again.
don't want
Okay.
to bore.
But this is a wonderful sessions. All right. We want to appreciate you. Thank you for coming to this, joining us today, rather, on this episode of the podcast. And your insights were wonderful. And we believe that our listeners must have learned one or two. And those who are willing will learn, especially in the area of mentorship, the area of humility, and all that. These are key things you need to have to understand and to grow in. I'm particularly happy when you said sometimes you build, it takes 10 years, 20, even the next generation. So things you need to know. You don't know these things, we can call ourselves failures, and then we dump what should have become a generational business and dump it today, and then it will not grow again. So thank you so much for coming. I believe that our listeners have learned one or two today, and we're sure that we're going to call you next time to come and talk to us more on other areas of agribusiness and youth development. Thank you so much.
Thank you.